Hi everyone, this is Alma coming to you from Long Beach, California. Today is Friday the 13th of August of the year 2021, and this is going to be FlossTube number 66. So I want to welcome you all. Welcome back to all my current viewers and subscribers, and thank you as always for your continuing support. I want to welcome anyone that's visiting for the first time as well. I hope that you like something you see, you find a reason to stay, subscribe, and continue to follow me on my stitching journey. As always, I hope that everybody's doing well. I hope that everybody's staying safe and sound. Everything's good here, thank goodness. We're still keeping healthy, we're keeping ourselves safe, taking precautions and whatnot. A happy World Cross Stitch Day. Apparently today is World Cross Stitch Day, so happy day to you all. I mean, this hobby is really what brings us together, isn't it? So happy World Cross Stitch Day to you all. I do have quite a bit to show you today. I've been busy, but I still feel like there's just not enough time in the day for me to do all the things I want to do. I am still on summer vacation, and yet I'm also, because I'm on summer vacation, I'm also doing all sorts of things around the house. I'm like, okay, I finally have time to do the thing. And of course that has taken away from my stitching time as well. So I have this goal that I set for myself, and yet I haven't really been meeting it that much because there's just so many other things that I want to do. But I think I've got it. I think I'll be able to stick to a routine now. So hopefully I can get lots and lots of progress done. And if not, then it's okay. I'll survive. I just want to make sure that I make the most of this vacation as I can. I'm trying to get this so I can show you the product images. So yeah, so again, I have lots to show you, so without further ado, let's get to the stitching. First piece I'm going to show you is my daily 30 piece, as usual. This is Sleeping Beauty by Stitch Fairy Treasures, and I started this, I want to say 2019. I'm using this for my daily 30 piece, so 30 minutes a day for 5 days a week. It's not necessarily 7. I don't know where to put this. It's 5 days a week instead of the 7. So here we are. This is what I've gotten to so far. I decided to, I can't remember exactly where I was the last time I showed it to you, but I did start adding the purple. So I added some of the flower colors in there, but I'm still also making sure that I work along the grays as well, because there's a lot more grays, I think, than there are purples and blues. So yeah, so the plan is to keep going on her until I finish this top section, and then I'll go ahead and pull something else to use for that daily 30 challenge, which I done goofed this week. I was taking the pictures, so you have to post the before picture and after picture after your 30 minutes. I was taking the pictures, but I never posted them. I think I only posted them for 2 days. And for that particular prompt, you have to do the 5 days, and they usually don't allow you to post both pictures like immediately after each other. They want to see, like, the timestamp that says, okay, this was posted 2 hours later, or 30 minutes later. So there goes that prompt for this week, but that's okay. The new prompts, the new set of prompts came out today, so I can just start today. It's fine, and I still made progress. That's still progress made. I just didn't I didn't do the prompt, which is fine. It happens. It's not the first time that it's happened. I'll just show you in like random order, I guess. And one of the other pieces that I did work on was my Moon Charmer piece. This is by Stewart. Charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. And I do want to kind of change a little bit how I'm stitching on things. The original plan was to do over 1700 stitches on this. That's not gonna happen. So I'm gonna make this my 1500 stitch monster for magical stitches. And then my midnight stroll, which I haven't touched this week at all. That's going to be my 1000 stitch monster. I feel like that's going to work a lot better. So I think the last time I showed it to you, I was on this section maybe. So I did finish up that entire section of green, and I started on the black as well. So I started on this section of black, and now I just need to finish this area. So I don't know if you can tell, but that is gridded. So the plan is to go ahead and finish that gridded section, and then grid the next area, and then just keep moving that way. And for now, I just want to stick to those two colors. They're DMC 500, which is like a pine green, and the black. There are some other colors peeking in there, mostly blues. You know, the sky does peek in sometimes, but I'll just leave that for another time, I think, because I just want to take those two colors all the way down, which, like, it's 99% of the pages anyways, and there's not that many other colors in there. So I'll keep working on this. She's going to get a lot more progress done this last few months of the year, because I just haven't worked on her all year, and I can't believe it. This year went by super slow and super fast at the same time. I always thought, oh, I have time to work on this, oh, I have time to work on this, and now it's like we're already in mid-August. But that's usually how it goes, right? Some of the other projects I started participating in the Uno challenge on Semi-Sane Stitchers. It didn't go well. I tried. I was really happy for the first week or so, and then I just lost steam on it. I feel like it's because I'm not used to working. First of all, I'm not used to doing like arbitrary anything. I usually like to have a plan. I have my prompts, you know, they tell me what to do, but also it's 100 stitch increments, 200 stitch increments, and I'm also not used to doing so little at a time. So overall, I kind of fell behind, and at this point I don't think I can catch up. So, you know, I tried, but I'll probably just move on to something else. I did work on the whips a little bit more since the last time I showed it to you, which I can show you. Let's see, this one is, I have to remember, I recorded my video in Spanish, so everything's a little out of order. But this is one of the whips. This is Nevermore by Lila Studio. And I'm using this with a fabric and color conversion by Forbidden Fiber Company. So that's, I'll just put it to the side then, so I don't get confused over what I showed you and what I didn't show. So, and this is done on a 16 count hand-dyed Ada. So this is what I've done. For the most part, again, it pretty much looks the same. I think I did one more pole, but then I also took the top edge of the gate and finally stitched that across. There's a second line that goes through down here. There's like a space in between the little circles here and the rest of the gate. So I do have to do that second line. But for the most part, I'm just going to work on the edge of the gate and then move on with the tree. I think I do want to finish that tree now. So I still will keep working on these. I'll just use the the hour option for either magical stitching, not magical, enchanted stitching, or daily 30, where you can just count the time instead of the stitches. Because there was that aspect too, like counting the stitches for those prompts. So that was one. The other one that I worked on was my summer tree, which was gifted to me by Debbie. Thank you, Debbie. I'll try to not show you the chart. That's always the struggle. Here I have a notepad. So here we are. And she did gift me the spring tree as well, which is all pink tones. So this also got, I think, 100 more stitches done, if I remember correctly. So I started on the flowers on this side now, which, you know, the lighting does interesting things to the colors, but here we are. So the plan is for next time to do this section as well. Except, well, this is all that's left of that 6th strand of the yellow, so I think I'll actually move on to another color. It's just so I can add something else in there, because right now it's just the yellow, and I feel like adding some of the greens now. That'll be fun. So I'll keep working on this, keep trudging along. Again, using the time option for those prompts. And then the third one that I worked on was the 3 Things Sampler by Moira Blackburn. Okay, I did not flash the pattern that time. And this one, again, I only did like 100 stitches on it. So it lined up with another prompt where I had to work on something that had a border. So I said, okay, I'll just add 100. You didn't have to work on the border. It was just as long as there was a border on the, like, as part of the design. But I still decided to go ahead and finish it up. So it's not much to look at. I think I worked on this section right here for the most part, the little flowers. I did start on the next section, so that's where my thread is at. So I can finish up these 2 flowers right here. So I'll work on the blue. The next one is I think it's a different shade of blue, but it will be blue. And then finish up the pink flowers over here. So yeah, again, I try to keep up with it, but at this point it was just like, it's not, like, now it's just pressure and anxiety over trying to catch up and then stay caught up. So I'll just leave it as is and then keep working on it as I see fit. I do love working on this one though, so I feel like it will get done. I want to be able to finish this entire section right here. So I have this little motif done right under the letters. So I want to do everything except for the writing. So the writing I'll leave for another time. But everything else I want to get done. So the alphabet, and then the flower border, and then the big flower border, and then the small flower border. So that's the goal for the end of the year. Is get those done. And then see where that takes me next year. And the writing is probably going to be the next thing as well. Poem in the middle. But we'll see. Besides that, I did pick up a few other whips. The one that I was working on last night, as it were, was my Till Death Do Us Part, aka Corpse Red, from Tilton Crafts, based on Daniel Kordick's artwork. For this one, I've been using it for quite a bit of prompts. I want to get 8,000 stitches done on this before the end of the year. forget where I'm at right now. Let me see, did I write it down? I didn't write it down. That's fine. So I finished up the 300 stitches that I talked about last time, which was somewhere over here, I think so. And then I just kept going for another prompt. So the last prompt that I just finished was we needed to work on a whip that had to do with the muse of music for enchanted stitching. We're doing Hercules, so the Greek muse of music. So I just said, well, both Emily and Victor play piano and Emily sings, so we'll just go ahead and keep this. And as it is, this is all going to be black. I did put the edge, so this is the next, squiggly squiggly line over here. That's the edge of it. So that's for me to know where to stop my black stitches. So I'll just keep going. Again, going by grid lines. So I did remove the grid because I don't need it anymore for that section. So I'll go ahead and move the Q snap and then grid the next section, so I know where the next squiggly lines go. So that's this piece. Again, all the black, not too exciting, but it's nice fast stitching. I've been binge watching The Witcher. We've got a new animated movie coming out at the end of the month, and then season 2 comes at the end of the year. Comes out in December. So I just felt like refreshing my memory. So that's what I was stitching when I was watching it. And then another piece that I worked on was my Eternal Promise by Matt Stewart. Another hate chart. This one I added 400 stitches to it for another one of the monthlies. I'm pretty sure it was one of the monthlies. We needed to work on something that had to do with romance because of the muse of, I guess technically it's erotic poetry, but I just used that. And I double dipped it with a monthly prompt for daily stitching, or the daily 30. We had to work on something that had to do with royalty. So both, Aragon is king, and Arwen, I'm pretty sure she's like officially a princess, elven princess. So that was 400 stitches done on it. I did go ahead and buy the things that I needed from 1 to 3 stitch, including the Krynic. I think I got Petite Treasure braid instead, but this does call for Krynic on the flowers, so I'll be able to go back and fill in all of that Krynic that I missed, and then I'll just keep going along the edge of the border before moving on to the actual forest, because it's just a bunch of trees, right? Yeah, it's just a lot of trees that I'm gonna have to stitch. It's gonna be so much fun. But so those 400 stitches got me to reach 13,000 stitches done on this, and that's not even 3%. I think it was like 2.97 or 98%. It's insane. It's gonna be huge. It's gonna be big. But that's that. And that also got me a finish on one of the bookshelf challenge books for full coverage phonetics. Way back in, I think it was February, we had a romance theme or genre, and Outlander was one of the books. It was like 8,500 stitches that you needed to do for that one. So I picked this one, but then I didn't stitch on it for the longest time, so I only just finished those 8,500 stitches that we needed for that book. So I was happy to get that done. Again, I'm trying to catch up on those books as well. This month's theme is chicklet, I think they're calling it, so just girly themed books. I don't know. And I forget what the books they chose are actually, but yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if I can catch up to those prompts. I don't think I'll be able to, but I'll give it a try. And the last one I want to show you is the only monthly monster that I was able to accomplish this week so far. This is Reader's Paradise by Amy Stewart. It's a supersized max color version, and I started on the bottom left corner, so I'm doing this section right here. Well, I am kind of sort of spreading out into the carpet when I feel the need for easy stitching. So for this one, it was 500 stitches for that monster, and this is it. This is my teeny tiny corner done. So along with the crying ink, I also went ahead and ordered the missing colors that I had for this. They were all part of the new colors that came out like 2 years ago or so. I forget exactly when they came out, but I don't have any. Oh, let me rephrase it. I have some but I kind of partially kitted some of my whips. So I do have some, but they're already designated to another whip, so I didn't want to use those. But I went ahead and ordered the ones that I did need for Reader's Paradise. So I'll finally be able to fill in the pink carpet here, along with the rest of the pages of the books, like the edges of the books. Because it does use this one, I think it's 29. No, it's not 29. I don't remember what the number is, but it's like a gold orange color that's used a lot in this section. So I'm very excited to get those in, so that I feel like it's going to look a lot cleaner, a lot more complete. But for the most part, the 500 stitches were done over here at the top. Even though, ironically enough, I tried to work from the bottom up. So I picked the next color that I have available, and then I just follow that for this entire section. And it just so happened that even though the colors started down here, most of the stitching got done up here. So go figure. And I also did go ahead and do some more of the carpet over here. It uses a lot of 823 as well as 939 and black, of course, but mostly the blues. So I'll keep working on this one for the rest of the month, at least 500 stitches a month. For this one, I think I may stick with it beyond August. Usually I like to switch out the projects for the monthly monsters, but for this one I think I am gonna stick to it. If anything, I might switch it with Eternal Promise, so that Eternal Promise can get more progress done as well. But we'll see. We'll see. There's just so much to do and so little time. But I feel like this year has been a lesson in that, since I am participating in the New Starts. It's kind of been an interesting way of reflecting on what I can do, how much time I have right now, how much time I have left. So it's been interesting to kind of process that information and try to adjust accordingly. So next year I do want to start a few pieces. That was part of my little shopping spree as well, was getting fabric for the pieces. But at the same time, I don't want to start too many now, because I want to finish the ones that I do have. And that's part of my plan for this coming week, is I do want to finish Bilbo. Bilbo's been patiently waiting to be finished. So I do want to finish him this week for sure. I probably said that last time as well. But I do want to finish him. And I also want to try to do the monthly monsters, because those pieces are focus pieces regardless. Wonder Woman, so because I am substituting, I'm putting the Moon Charmer into the three monsters. Wonder Woman, I'm just going to do the cabin event for that one, where it's the 5,000 stitch increments, so she'll still get work done. She didn't have too much to go for the yearly goal, so I don't anticipate using her for anything more. It's just the one cabin maybe, and that's it. Or I may just use it for prompts, if I can match her to it. And then up next is going to be Iron Man. So Iron Man is going to be next for the Superhero Saturday sales in September. So I'm trying to switch them along every other month. But that is all the stitching that I have to show you. As I mentioned, I'm gonna try to finish the monthly, or the monthly monsters this weekend as much as I can. One event that I am two events that I'm participating in this weekend. Because of World Cross Stitch Day, Daily 30 has a pop-up event where we have to take pictures of like all sorts of cross-stitching supplies and our materials as we stitch. So we take a picture of we'll take our starting photo of our stitching. Along with one of them, we have to take a picture of our floss storage, so however we store our floss. Another one is needle minders, if we use needle minders, scissors, our favorite beverage that we like to drink when we stitch, anything like that. So that's going on all weekend, and it's 100 stitches per item. You can only, there's like 20 items listed, but you can only do 10. So 1,000 stitches total. Meanwhile, in Full Coverage Phonetics, they're having a weekend event called Less is More, where you have to work on your full coverage project that has the least amount of colors. So for me, if I have that, I know I have it. For me, that's my Carolyn Manning design, Sea Glass. This one only has 17 colors. It's this one. So I'll use this for both events. For the World Cross Stitch Day pop-up, there's no requirements as to what whip you have to use. You can use any whips. You can even use one. Like if you want to use one, for all items, you can go ahead and do that. I'm like trying to hold back hiccups. So yeah, so this is going to get some work done this weekend, kind of as a price event type of thing. I totally forgot about the Less is More event, but I'm happy to participate in it. And I'm kind of letting go of the idea of because that's 1,000 stitches done on this one. So at that point, it's very unlikely that I'll be able to do 1,000 stitches on Mini Midnight Stroll, and then the 1,500 on Moon Charmer. So that's fine. It's fine. I'll handle it. I may just use the Sea Glass for the 1,000 stitch monster, and then do 1,500 on Midnight Stroll. That's probably what I'm gonna do, so I can get those things done as well. So that's the plans for the weekend. And again, during the week, I'll just try to keep up with my goals. I feel like it's going to be a lot smoother now that I don't have to struggle with the Uno event, trying to catch up with. But yeah, we'll see what else I can manage to get done. So thank you very much for joining me today. Again, if you have any questions about anything that you saw today, feel free to leave a comment down below. I usually do link either a direct link to pieces, to projects. However, if it's something like the Hades, for example, that's also why I try to mention, tell you everything, tell you the name, tell you the artist. So because there's only so much space I have for information on the description box. So if it's a generic website like that, that's also why I like to give you the information in its entirety, so you're able to go to the main website and you have all the information you need to access the chart. But yeah, as always, I hope you have a relaxing weekend, a productive week, and you always find the time to do the thing that makes you happy. Until next time, bye.